Hey guys, Hearth here again with another Hunter PvP commentary. This time I'm playing a Beast Mastery Hunter on Arathi Basin, and this was a long, hard-fought game. This was a really long, hard-fought game, and I really enjoyed that. It seems like, for some reason, I'm playing a lot more games that end up being very close and very competitive, and I really enjoy that. I don't like it when, we can just sort of steamroll over the Alliance, I don't like it when there's just no challenge whatsoever, and that's what a lot of games have been. But I don't know. We're starting to play. I don't know if the Horde's getting worse or if the Alliance is getting better, but we're starting to play harder games, and I really enjoy that. It really requires effort to win, and I really enjoy that. Speaking of effort, this is like the 7th time I've tried to record this commentary, but due to me having an inability to speak English and some tech issues, it's taken 7 tries. I think this is the 7th try. I stopped counting a long time ago. So today I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff, really, because this is a long game, and I know I'm going to end up rambling on and on about a lot of stuff, but I do want to talk more about pet choice, and I also want to mention a few things that I may have said wrong over the course of my last 3 commentaries, or stuff that I've completely not mentioned at all. I think we'll start with that, actually. Yeah, we'll start with that. In my marksmanship video, someone pointed out that I completely forgot to mention anything about readiness. Readiness is a talent in the marksman tree which allows you to instantly reset all the cooldowns on hunter abilities. So you can use rapid fire, cast readiness, and then you can use rapid fire again immediately afterwards. I don't think I really need to explain that to anyone. I don't know why I do that. But, I don't think I really need to explain its usefulness either. It's a very useful talent. It's not something that I've been using as a marksmanship hunter, and that's because, hunters already have so many abilities to go through that I'm just trying to, slowly add on the amount of abilities that I use. That is my take to learning how to play a hunter. I'm just sort of, slowly trying to get used to some abilities and then slowly adding more and more and more until hopefully I'll be able to fully function as a hunter. And I don't think it's that surprising for me to say that I'm not fully comfortable playing a hunter yet. I'm really not. I just don't feel completely comfortable playing a hunter. I'm not entirely sure what about it. I'm not sure what about it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I don't feel completely comfortable playing yet. With a warrior, I feel completely comfortable and I can handle myself well under, stressful situations, but as a hunter, I just sort of lose it under pressure. That becomes apparent a couple of times in this video, I think. Hell, you can just go back and watch some of my other commentaries and you'll notice that. Specifically in, the last Beast Mastery video I uploaded. Read the one I uploaded yesterday. That was a terrible game, which someone so kindly pointed out despite the fact that I mentioned it in the commentary. But whatever. It was a terrible game. Whatever. I don't really care. That the entire point of that video was my thoughts of Beast Mastery, not amazing gameplay. But I'm not gonna go on and on and on about nothing. What am I talking about? I always go on and on about nothing. But I'm getting there though. I slowly feel like I'm starting to become more competent at hunters. Slowly feeling I'm becoming more competent at hunters. Okay, I have all the basics, down. I know how to jump shot. I know the basics of kiting. But when it comes to actually doing it, in a stressful situation, I just completely lose it and lose all ability to function properly. I don't know what it is about that, but I can't. It's like StarCraft 2, to be honest. I love StarCraft. I love watching StarCraft. I love playing StarCraft. But I am awful at it. I am terrible at StarCraft. Okay, I'm more mediocre at StarCraft. I'm in Gold League, last I checked, so I haven't played in a while. But I love watching StarCraft. I watch a lot of StarCraft, and like I understand it. You know, like I understand everything. You know, I understand what it takes to be a good player, and I understand the mechanics behind it. I just lack the physical capability of doing so. And here, it's similar. Like, I understand everything, and I understand the role of a hunter. And I can even, you know, like, again, like, if it's not in a stressful situation, I can, like, jump shot and kite all day long, but when put on the spot and being required... Look at me trying to be sneaky here and cap the flag. It doesn't work. There's AoE everywhere. Like, under a stressful situation, I just lose any and all ability to do so, and I don't know why that is. Can I mention, really quickly, or taking a while to do so because this is a long game and I can do that, I love Arathi Basin. I've said it before, like, it is my favorite battleground of all time. I love Arathi Basin, and this was the first good game of Arathi Basin I've played since I started doing commentaries like 2.5 months ago. Hell, I think this is the first Arathi Basin I've won since I started doing commentary 2.5 months ago. On any character, not just the hunter. But I finally got one, and I'm really glad that I got one because I love Arathi Basin so much. I almost swore there. It's like 2 a.m. and I wasn't prepared to do this commentary at all like an hour ago when I started trying to do it. It was more like 30 minutes actually, but like I literally wasn't prepared. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, all right, let's get a commentary done because I had this gameplay sitting around from yesterday. You'll notice I'm using a shell spider. I went and tamed the shell spider and played a couple of games with it. I'll go into pets in a moment, including my thoughts on the shell spider. But I was like, let's upload a commentary because I've been messing with. I was like, let's do a commentary. So because I've been messing with the render settings that I use to render videos, and I found some settings that let me keep amazing. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say amazing quality, but you know, decent quality. They look fairly good if you watch in 720p. I hope you're watching in 720p, because otherwise, like, I can't watch WoW videos in 360p. It's just, I can't do it. I can't watch my own videos in 360p. I have to watch in 720p. They look pretty good in 720p, and it really allows me to actually upload once a day. You know, a few commentaries ago I was going on about how my upload speed prevented me from doing that, because back then my videos ended up being like 1 to 2 gigs in size, and it would take all night to upload a video. But now, like, I can upload them in like I don't know, a couple of hours depending upon the length of the video. So, like, I'm really glad that I can actually, like, be capable of getting a video out a day. Just really good, because consistency is key, I do believe. Consistency is key to having a good YouTube channel. So, you know, I can upload videos once a day. And I don't know what I was doing wrong that made my file sizes so huge originally, but I fixed the problem. Okay, I fixed the problem. It's not an issue. This is my first, like, real, like, experience with, like, video editing. I mean, you know, I did a little bit of it back in high school, but, like, nothing major. So, I mean, this really isn't even major. It's putting a bunch of Fraps files in Sony Vegas, removing the audio, putting background music in, and then recording commentary over it. And, like, editing out deaths, which is nothing. You know, it's not like I'm making montages over here. That's something I would like to do, actually. Make montages, but I don't have the patience to film long enough to get, like, enough clips for a montage. Plus, there's the whole music issue, because, you know, I don't feel like putting copyrighted content on my YouTube channel. And if I couldn't do it with music that I absolutely really enjoyed, then I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's probably not something that would ever happen, but it would be something I would like to do. Let's see. See, this is what I mean. I'm just going on about nothing. I was like, I'm going to talk about pets in a moment, and now I'm talking about making montages. Okay, let's try and get back on track here. pets. I tamed a shale spider, like I said. I went to Deep Home yesterday morning and tamed a shale spider. And gave it a try in a couple of games. And I actually really enjoy it. The stun is really useful. It has a 3-second stun. And I really, really like it. Like, it's incredibly helpful. It's a lot more helpful than I actually... Like, it's a lot more noticeably helpful than I thought it was going to be originally. Embrace of the Shale Spider is pretty amazing as well. An extra 5% agility. Like, that's pretty... It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I really do want to start experimenting more with pets. Like, you know, for the most part, I've just kind of stuck to using a Devil Star or it's kind of stuck to using a Devil Star or a Silithid for Beast Mastery, or a Raptor for Marksmanship and a Wind Serpent for Survival. The reason for that being that Raptors for Marksmanship, for one, have the, like, tear armor thing that lowers the target's armor, and Marksmanship deals a lot of physical damage, so I chose that to hopefully make me hit just a little bit harder. It's not that noticeable, really, but I don't think it's that noticeable. But, you know, every little bit helps in PvP. The Wind Serpent I use because it has some kind of debuff that, like, increases magical or elemental damage taken or something. And Survival deals a lot of elemental damage. And a lot of fire and shadow damage through Black Arrow and Explosive Shot. Immolation Trap, Explosive Trap, that kind of thing. So, why does Black Arrow share a cooldown with the fire traps? I mean, I understand it's for balance, but it just makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not gonna go on and on about that, though. I would like to experiment with more pets, though, because, you know, I really like the Shale Spider, and it's something I never would have tried simply because it was a tenacity pet. But I gave it a shot, and I really like it. And, like, what I'm really, like, looking at is, I don't know, like, a moth or something else in the cunning tree that has an interrupt or a silence. I know the moth is in the... I think moth is in the ferocity tree for some reason, but don't quote me on that. There's several pets that have an interrupt or a silence, and that's something I want to try, because, you know, Marksmanship has silencing shot, but Survival and Beast Mastery don't have any interrupts whatsoever, and that's something that, you know, I kind of miss as a Survival or Beast Mastery hunter. I mean, yeah, I have my high-powered bolt gun, but it's, like, it's a ground-targeted effect, and that isn't always the most reasonable thing to cast in the middle of a fight. So, plus it just plain out isn't the most effective silence. Like, I would prefer to have something like per class, like silencing shot, rather than something from engineering. Although every buff that engineering gets as a profession is very useful. So, yeah, I want to start experimenting more with pets. I think some of the tenacity pets, even though their damage output is not as high as ferocity or even some cunning pets, like, some of their effects could really make up for it. You know, like, say the Shale Spider's stun, or I think it's the Crocolisk that has, like, a movement debuff. I think it's, like, maybe like a 50% movement debuff. That's, you know, that could be really useful in situations. There are a lot of things that, like, you know, a lot of it is just really situational. And that's why, like, you know, pet choice doesn't matter that much, because most of their abilities can be really situational. But I don't know, it's always nice to just try out different things, and, you know, because after a while you might get tired of looking at the same pet following you around. Might I add that when you're on a mount and your Shale Spider is following you like this, it looks so stupid because it moves so fast. Here I am using Eagle Eye, or Eagle Vision, whatever it's called, to see what's going on at Gold Mine. This is something that, like, I never see people use enough when they have the ability. Read Hunters and Shaman. Because it's always nice to know what's going on the other side of the battlefield if you can't physically see it. Because, you know, having everyone knowing what's going on and having communication is the key to winning battlegrounds. And, you know, yeah, this is just, you know, random battlegrounds, and it's not like we're playing rated or anything. But, and, you know, rated battlegrounds can be an entirely different experience than a random battleground. But, you know, it's nice to have a team that communicates and can actually function as a coherent team. So, yeah. Having everyone know what's going on the other side of the battlefield is important. All the basic stuff, learning to be good at PvP. It's the thing, I know all the basics I need to be good at PvP, just in general. But then it comes to actually playing a hunter and I'm awful at it. So, let's see, what's going on in the game at this moment? We had been losing for a while up to this point, but we managed to take 3 bases and hold those on defense for a while. And then we actually managed to push down here and take gold mine from them. A guy named Fraps assaulted the mine. I thought that was kind of humorous, simply because I was recording this game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird like that. But, you know, this is a long game. It's starting to come to a close, and we've got a few minutes left. There's a moment coming up very shortly where I just absolutely choke at trying to kill a Death Knight. Like, going back earlier to what I said about choking and choking under pressure, like, this is the prime example of it. If there's a better example, I couldn't point it out, but coming up in a few moments, I'll be sure to mention it. Another thing I want to mention really quickly is that I'm leveling a Warlock, you know, which you would know if you've heard some of my other commentaries. And by leveling a Warlock, I mean he's in a Shara right now. I've literally put maybe 2 hours into him. However long it takes to get out of the Goblin starting zone and into, like, the first level of Ashara. But I'm wanting to do maybe like some low-level PvP commentaries on my Warlock, because low-level PvP is something I've never really cared about, and it's completely different from PvP at level 85, in that things aren't balanced at all. And I know, like, the first 30 levels, this is where I completely choke, by the way, trying to kill this Death Knight. So if I try to freeze the priest and succeed, actually, but he trinkets out of it. And then the Death Knight grips me because the shaman died. I get mind control for some reason, and right here I just completely choke at trying to kill this Death Knight. I was at 100% health, he was at like 40, and I failed at it incredibly hard. See, this is the point where if someone wants to tell me I'm bad at this game, that they can go ahead and tell me I'm bad at this game, because I'll agree with them 110%. But I want to do some low-level PvP, and, you know, just record my thoughts on it, because I know it's completely unbalanced. I know the first 30 levels are probably just, like, heirloomed rogues and hunters one-shotting people. So right here, I spawned at the mine again. The DK almost kills me again, but I come over here and I feign death, and he believes it. And he goes to attack the shaman, and I jump up, and I manage to get the killing blow on the priest with the kill shot. And that's almost the end of the game here. This Death Knight's going to die, and that's pretty much the end of the game. So I think my final score was maybe like 11-3 or something like that. You know, I was being kind of offensive this game. This game I was wherever I was needed. So that was a long Beast Mastery game. I'll be back soon with another commentary. Thanks for watching, guys.